This is our storybook, Sheriff Hawkins and the Piggy Bandits, a Western duel about the chaparral biome ecosystem. The chaparral biome is found in a little bit of most of the continents. The west coast of the United States, the west coast of South America, South Africa, Australia, and coastal areas of Mediterranean. The chaparral biome has many different types of terrain. Sometimes there's flat plains, rocky hills, mountain slopes, and uneven slopes. Chaparral is characterized as being very hot and dry. As for the temperature, in winter it's very mild, and it can be 10 degrees Celsius, but in the summer it can be 40 degrees Celsius. Fortunately, the plants and animals are adapted to these conditions. Plants have small hard leaves which hold moisture. We dedicate the storybook to the chaparral biome. Sadly, our biome faces many anthropogenic threats. The biggest threats to this relatively small biome are invasive species and wildfires. It is important to protect our biome in order to conserve biodiversity, scenic beauty, erosion control, and to limit carbon secretion. The chaparral biome provides a deep green backdrop for most of California's coastal urban centers. This is specifically valuable wilderness for the soft hues of California. In addition, the warm and dry climate allows this biome to become vacation destinations. Our society, including you and your friends, can help protect this biome by learning how to prevent and treat wildfires.
In the dusty, sun-baked town of Chaparral Junction, life was as rugged as a cowboy's boot. In the wild chaparral lands lived the mountain lion Sheriff Hawkins, who kept his town and his friends safe. His trusted posse included Jack the jackrabbit, quick as a prairie wind, Larry the turkey vulture, who soared high like a lone rider, and Vanessa the black-chinned hummingbird, the fastest flyer in the land. All of the animals in this town mutually helped each other whilst living in the hot and dry climate in the unique ways that they have developed. The dry summers and mild, rainy winters forced the members of the community to be Ford tough. One sweltering afternoon, trouble arrived in the Chaparral Junction. Blicky the boar, a burly newcomer with a snout for trouble, was causing a ruckus. He had a habit of rooting around and digging up everything in sight. The prickly pear cactus, with its sharp thorns, was getting uprooted, and the California buckwheat's delicate flowers were being crushed under Blicky's hooves. Sheriff Hawkins, with his daunting gaze and sharp senses, spotted the mess Blicky was making. He gathered his friends. "All right, folks," he growled in his rumbling voice. "We got ourselves a rootin' tootin' problem. We need to get Blicky to see he's not just making a mess, but causing real trouble."
Jack the jackrabbit twitched his long ears and said, "I'll hop around and keep an eye on Blicky. My speed'll make sure he don't get too far without us knowing." Larry the turkey vulture, stretching his wings, added, "From up here, I'll keep a bird's eye view on that darn boar. I'll tell you where he's heading and what he's up to." Vanessa the hummingbird flittered around and said, "I'll talk to the plants and make sure they brace themselves. We gotta keep them strong so Blicky can't uproot them." The plants were ready to help. The sugar brush and chamise whispered to the scrub oak and California buckwheat to dig their roots deeper, making it too tough of a job for Blicky to tear them out. As Blicky charged around, Jack darted in and out of sight, keeping Blicky busy with quick hops and jumps. "Hey there, Blicky," Jack called out. "You better watch out for these plants that I care so dearly for." Larry flew high above, guiding Sheriff Hawkins and the others. "He's heading towards the south end," Larry squawked. Vanessa zipped from plant to plant, encouraging them to hold their ground. "Stay strong, Sugar Bush. Hold tight, Chamise." Finally, Sheriff Hawkins cornered Blicky with a firm tone. He said, "Now listen here, you darn Blicky. This land's real important to us. Those plants you're digging up keep our home healthy and happy." Blicky looked around, seeing the mess he made and the mutualistic help between the animals in Chaparral Junction. "I didn't know I was causing so much trouble," he said, his snout drooping. "I just wanted to dig and have some fun." Sheriff Hawkins tipped his hat and said, It's all right, Blicky. We all want a bit of fun, but we gotta do it the right way. How about we find you a different spot to dig, one that won't hurt the plants?" Blicky's eyes lit up with understanding. "I reckon I can do that. I'll find a new place to dig and help look after these plants."
From then on, Blicky respected Chaparral Junction, using his digging skills in a safer spot and helping to protect the Chaparral biome. The mutualism between Sheriff Hawkins and his posse made sure the junction stayed lively and beautiful. As the sun set over the western hills, casting a golden glow over the Chaparral, Chaparral Junction stood strong and united, a true lesson to the power of friendship and cooperation. Temperature and precipitation chart for Chaparral biome. Fun with characters. Jack the Jackrabbit is very agile, his diet requires little water, and Sheriff Hawkins the mountain lion has excellent day and night vision. This is how these two animals adapt to the Chaparral biome and thrive. Vanessa the black-chinned hummingbird can eat 3 times its body weight in nectar. It's designed to eat plants as nectar with its long beak. Larry the turkey vulture is the only vulture with a good sense of smell, and it still eats nasty dead animals. Blicky the boar is our invasive species. He's nocturnal, which is how he adapts to the Chaparral biome and thrives. Sugar-brush is, it refers to a forest strand of maple trees utilized for maple syrup, and it grows very well on uneven slopes, and that's how it's adapted. California buckwheat has hairy leaves that provide insulation from the heat. It's rich in antioxidants. And then the yucca plant can store water for multiple months and withstand wide ranges of temperatures, and in some cultures it symbolizes loyalty and new opportunities. Scrub oak, also called bear oak, has high resilience. It's one of the first plants that regrows after a wildfire. Prickly pear cactus doesn't mind the cold and is loaded with nutrients. This is how these two plants have adapted. Chamise is an evergreen shrub, and it's adapted by sprouting in clusters. It also has specific leaves that resist water loss. Once again, it's found in a little bit of everywhere. Our sources.
My name is Rafan. I've lived in Flower Mound my whole life. Some of the things I like to do are work out in the gym, play basketball, play tennis, listen to music, and hang out with my friends.
My name is Donnie Baker. I'm in 11th grade. I like to play football, hang out with my friends, and spend time with my family. I was born in Carrollton, Texas, and I have a leopard gecko and a cat.
My name's Nicholas Wiedeker. I was born in Carrollton too. I love to run, ski, and play basketball. I've been skiing since I was 4. I can play the trombone and piano. I'm half Swiss, and I am an identical twin. I also love to play ping pong. I have 2 dogs, 2 cats, 4 siblings, and I love the Cowboys.